Are you? Let me get my notification up and running, you guys. Don't swipe on this one. Um, let's get that going. There we go. Just let people know that we're on today. Hello. Thank you for sharing the show. I appreciate you, my friend. How are you? Hello there, little Miss Crafty. How are you, my friend? Um, You guys, we're just gonna come on and do some crafting today. Why not? So I have so many projects in my head and so much. I kept backing up this show because I was like, oh, I want to get this supply and oh, I want to get that supply and kept running all over the place grabbing things. Not 100% sure what I'm going to be working on today. So what are you guys working on? I know I want to finish up some carrots I was working on and that kind of stuff. But I thought I would jump on. This would be a lot of fun to just chat and craft and try to get myself um, in the crafting zone here, y'all. So um, send this out to some of your friends, you guys. Share it out. Let's hang out, you guys. Um, Oh no, Little Miss Crafty had a transfer fail. It pulled up the paint. Oh shoot. Was the paint not dry, my friend? Did you not seal it in? What's the deal? What do you think? What do you think happened there? Um, so you guys, I'm just gonna share this out a couple of times, get some people hopefully to join us here, and and then I'm just gonna get started, y'all, because we just need to start crafting and doing some things. Oh, you sealed it, but it needed to dry longer. Yeah, I hate when it does that. You know, I think that happens to all of us though, my friend. So, okay, you guys down below, I put in the notification. That's the only thing in my auction tab is to um bookmark when I go live. And otherwise, I got stuff in the bin, you guys, of course. Lots of crafty, fun items in there. And before this is over, I want to share with you guys my project that I just finished for tomorrow's train, you guys. We're doing Zero to Hero tomorrow. Super excited about that. And I finished my project. I've seen the others on the train, some of their projects have been coming through, and oh my gosh, it's going to be an amazing train, an amazing day. So let me angle you guys down so you guys can kind of see what I'm working on, and we'll just hang out and craft and chat and do all the things. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, I think that's a decent enough view. Um, so, well, I don't know. Maybe I need to see if I can get this to bend a little more. There we go. Okay, you guys, look at my makeshift thing. Okay, so I'm working on carrots. I'm kind of a mess right now. I've got a little bit of everything all over the place. But I was working on some carrots last night, stepped away at the end of the night, and now I need to finish those up. But I wanted to share with you guys my little like makeshift carrot holder situation. So I just grabbed this styrofoam and stuck some sticks in it to be able to hold my spindles up, and I think it's worked out pretty well. I'm kind of happy with it. Some of these have had anywhere from 2 to 3 coats of paint on them. Some of them just have one, some of them have two, and so I just need to finish painting these up and that kind of thing. So different stages, but they're just all spindles, my friend. um oh my gosh, right, everyone's doing carrots. And to be honest, I don't have enough spindles that look carrot-ish. And so I had my son, this is so funny, I had my son cut up some spindles yesterday for me, and like, look at this little thing, like, he's a little carrot. I mean, I was like, well, I mean, close enough, right? So, anyways, so I need to finish these carrots up. Um, So yeah, and I didn't have enough of my little stakes here to hold up all of my carrots last night, and that's part of why I called it at the end of the night and was like, okay, I'll come back to this and visit it again tomorrow because um some of this needs to dry and that kind of stuff. But you guys, look at this. You see these holes in the little,
Wow.
so please hold. Hopefully my boys are not saying bad things. Hopefully they are gone. Oh, good. No bad words. Hey, we're winning. Last time my sons did that, he was saying all the things and it was like, "Oh my gosh." I played it back for him because you guys we are streaming live on you can hear me again, Little Miss Crafty, right? Just make sure. Okay, good. We were streaming live we're always streaming live from Whatnot onto Facebook. And before I took my video off of Facebook because of his foul language, I played it back for him and he was so embarrassed. He was like, "Oh my gosh, mom, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh." And I'm like, "Hey, it happens, but what happens is basically they go in to my car. Right now they're going to the recycled bottle drop place. And so they get in my car and it transfers my phone. I don't know how it does it. But somehow they end up being on my phone instead of me being on my phone. So, okay. So I need to finish painting these. That's my very first project I'm going to do. Hello, welcome in. I am using, you guys, I'm using Sweet Pickens milk paint in the color sweet potato. That is the color I'm using for these carrots. I like this color for carrots because you get like a really great chippy crackled look. It's awesome. So, um, so that's what I'm using on these. But then when I switch over to another carrot project, I'm probably going to use the Summer Crush from DIY. And that's a really good carrot color as well. So let's get this started. Now I mixed up this paint yesterday. It was super, super thin. It sat overnight and yeah, I'm loving the texture of this a little bit better. It's not like, it's still thin, but it's not runny, y'all. Um, I did have it kind of sealed up though, from the baggie that I was using. But anyways, y'all, how are you guys? Little Miss Crafty, what are you working on? What exactly are you doing? You said you're getting ready to do carrots, but I know you are working on your Zero to Hero. Your Zero to Hero project, how's that going? Are you done? Are you ready to compete tomorrow? That's the real question. You guys, when you're, nope. When you're using this Sweet Pickens milk paint, I think if you go a little thicker, so you add less water than the directions say, it's a little easier to work with and you potentially could get better crackle. I made it, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the pigment in this, but I did not add as much water to it yesterday. And boy, it was runny. I ended up adding more. And then I was like, well, I really don't want to make that much paint. So I let it set, just to thicken up a little bit. But, and that's part of why it was, like 2 to 3 coats on everything instead of it just being like 2 coats, Normally I can get 2 coats and we're done, with the sweet pickins, but yeah, with it being so runny, it was definitely thinner coats. But with this stuff, if you use a heat dryer, you normally can get it to crackle a little bit more. If you don't want it to crackle at all, there is like a what do I want to say, a bonding agent that you can put in it to get it not to flake off, which is great, but you also lose the potential of the crackle as well. It becomes more, depending on how much you put in there, it becomes more like just regular paint. So milk paint is kind of tricky, you guys. It's one of those that you don't always get the exact same result every time. There's a lot of factors that play into it, but it also can be really cool and can do some really cool things for you. So it's like you're basically taking chances when you're working with the milk paint, but you do have to mix it in smaller batches because um, it doesn't really last. And normally they would say to if I was to keep it overnight, to put it in the fridge and yada yada yada. And I'm not, look at me like shoving it into the hole my son created. Um, but I'm not really like worried about it, so I didn't put it in the fridge. It was in my craft room overnight. I just covered it up so it didn't get as much air to it, so it didn't completely. I didn't want to come in this morning and have it be, completely dried out and not able to be used. So I did, cover it, but yeah, you guys. So that's what we're doing. But Little Miss Crafty, I didn't see your answer on what else you're working on. I know you said carrots, but um, or is that just um for other shows you're going to be on? Is it for the Tisket a Tasket? Put that in your basket train. That's going to be my guess. Or it's for your upcycled train you're on. Let me know. What are you making the carrots for? Are you making them out of spindles? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We're chatting and crafting, my friends. And so chat away with us. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're working on, how your day is going. So, what are you making carrots out of, Little Miss Crafty? I would love to know. I saw some carrots this morning. They were, paint on me. They were spindle carrots. It was Johnson County Gypsy. And she was on, I think it was called the, shoot, I think it was like Rescue Flip Train. Oh, a couple spindles. Okay, I see you, Little Miss Crafty. You have a couple spindles. Okay. All right. Dollar Tree carrot stuff. Yeah, I get that. I need to just buckle down and just start, getting some paint and getting some stuff done. Go through, you know what I need to do? I need to go through some of my buckets and start looking for some of my supplies. Oh, liquid patinas, awesome. And then you put lace. Sweet. I can't wait to see them. I bet you they're going to be so cute. I was looking I was watching some YouTube videos, to be honest, the last couple days, you guys. I'm not really having a very good mental moment right now. I got some bad news on my mom and I'm just really struggling with it. And but I figured, you know what, we need to get moving on some of these projects. And what is better therapy than crafting, y'all? What is better for a bad moment than getting on and crafting with your friends and letting the rest of your troubles and the world just kind of fade away, Your problems will be there tomorrow. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of, I need to get this stuff done. I need to focus and, you know, worry about the things I can fix or do something about, and the things I cannot do anything about, I need to just give it to God and walk away, just there's nothing I can do about it. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I am working on my carrots and just trying to focus on positive things I can make better. Um, so, Little Miss Crafty, are you, what are you working on after your carrots today? I know you said you're going to be home most of the day today, if not all of the day. So, what kind of things are you going to do after this? Welcome in, you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. We're just chatting and crafting today. We're talking about carrots that we're working on. I'm working on some carrots and a lot of other projects. Little Miss Crafty and me have been kind of chatting here. Tomorrow, you guys, is the Zero to Hero raid train. Definitely bookmark that. I'm going to show you guys before this live chat and craft is over. I'm going to show you guys what my project turned out like. I'm so excited. I'm excited about the way it turned out. I think it looks amazing. I got some staged photos of it earlier today before I came live. And oh my goodness, like so good, you guys. Turned out so very good. I toyed with the idea. I made a drawer. I upcycled a drawer that I had gotten. It was like, whoever had it before me had stained it. Thank you, Little Miss Crafty. She says it's gorgeous, you guys. She saw a picture of it. I texted her a picture of it. And so I got this drawer and it was like partially stained, but not completely stained. So I was like, ooh, what do you do with that? So I painted it up. It looks amazing. I added some rice paper to it. And a new knob just to update it and kind of make it all look good together. And I toyed with the idea of putting some feet on it and elevating it, but Little Miss Crafty said I should just leave it as it is, and I'm so glad she said that when we chatted, because I ended up staging it and being able to stage it as not only a drawer to hold stuff in, but then I also staged it as a riser, you guys, and it turned out, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. So you guys need to make sure you join us for that train tomorrow. It is going to be so much fun. We have amazing creators on that train. And some of them, you guys, are here on YouTube. There would be Sammy with Unicorn Dust Designs is competing tomorrow. Susie on the Farm is competing tomorrow. I know At Home with Chris. There's no H in the Chris, you guys. She's on YouTube and she's competing tomorrow. Let's see. I think Charming Appeal. Do you know Little Miss Crafty? I think Charming Appeal, Tracy, I think she has a YouTube channel as well. Spark of Joy has a YouTube channel. So yeah, we have a lot of YouTubers, you guys, that are going to be in this competition, and I'm just really, really excited to see what they bring tomorrow. So, okay, I need to let these dry, and normally I would take a heat gun to them, but my batteries are all dead, of course, because that new heat gun that I got is a battery killer. So what I'm going to do instead, once I find my mechanisms and move stuff around, I'm going to use my liquid patina. This, you guys, this is DIY's Liquid Patina. It is a decoupage medium. It's a clear top coat. You can use it for lots of things. And it's one of my favorite sealers. And I'm going to seal in these other carrots that I already have all my layers on and let those start to dry. Oi, if I can get this open. There we go. So I'm going to seal them in, and then I'm going to I'm going to seal them in because it does have all that crackle. Like if I was to rub that with wax, okay, that is going to just flake off. Now I did these did have a little bit of a sheen to them, and so I did sand them before I started this process. And then I did my first layer of the milk paint, and we had some serious chippiness going on. Oh, Little Miss Crafty is describing her project. Okay. So I just had a big flake come off and I really don't want it off. So I'm going to try to just get it to stay on there with this decoupage medium, y'all. See if I can, maybe not. Shoot. Okay. It's coming off. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyways, so I don't want to get this back into my bucket though. A lot of people, when they do projects like this, they use another container. I'm a rule breaker. I'm just gonna go for it. But anyways, you guys, if I was to just rub this on there, I would rub all this off. I did take and Rebel, yeah. That's me. I'm a rule breaker, you guys. It's one of those things that I'm kind of known for in my family is I just kind of do my own thing. If it's not hurting anyone and whatnot, just be yourself. Do your thing, But anyways, so I am I put on the first layer and then I watched how it was crackling, and some of this still was crackling and chipping too much, and I wasn't really going to be happy with it. Because yes, I want them to look rustic and vintage, right? But I don't want them to not look like carrots, you know what I mean? So if they were to crackle and do all of that too much, then they wouldn't look like carrots. Um, so I gave them a little bit more of a sand after I did that first paint layer, and then I added the second paint layer, and it still crackled. I mean, you have to do more than one layer anyways, but it still crackled, but it did stay on better. So you guys just know that if you really want a lot of um, not only crackle, but chippiness on your project and you're working with milk paint, the slicker the surface, the more you're going to lose that paint in flakes and chips. But be aware, you could end up with it all completely coming off. It's like a gamble, you know what I mean? But I think I'm going to make a shirt that says, you know what I mean. It's something I find that I say a lot. Does anybody else have like a little saying that they catch themselves saying all the time? My mom used to walk around, and does anybody remember, oh no, Cottage Colors is bugging Little Miss Crafty. It's a hit and miss, Little Miss Crafty. Like on my main project, my project for the, my project that I did for the Zero to Hero, I did put Cottage Color. Now I got them touching, y'all. I don't want them touching. I did put Cottage Color down first. The inside of my drawer has Cottage Color, and my base layer, but part of that was because I really wanted to be able to seal in all the tannins and all that, and I didn't want to have to fuss with a sealer. Um, and then I ended up putting a milk paint over the top of that on the outside of the drawer, and then sealed that in. But the inside of the drawer is just that cottage color, so it does have its positives. Have you used Fusions all in one? I heard that's really good. I personally have not used it, but I do know a lot of. I have like a bristle or something weird. You love Fusion? Okay. I've had a lot of YouTubers, if I could speak, YouTubers that I watch that seem to really like the Fusion paint. I do know where I can get it locally. I do have a local person that sells out of a like a vintage booth. But I just haven't really, because I have so much of the DIY paint left from when I was selling it that I have no reason to go get other paint. Does that make sense? So, um yeah. But anyways, back to my little saying of what I was. So my mom used to walk around, and does anybody remember, I don't even know what his like what show it was, but it was a guy and he would say, "You know what I mean, Vern?" Does anybody else remember that? And I can picture his face, but I do not remember what show that was. Um, but my mom would always walk around and say that, you know what I mean, Vern? And so anyway, so when I do say, you know what I mean, it makes me kind of laugh and think of her and her always saying that. So hello ladies, welcome in you guys. Thank you for being here. We're just chatting and crafting. I'm working on some carrots. Um, and we're just chatting about different things that everybody else is working on. So welcome in. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's well, I say very sunny here in Southern Oregon. It's sunny, but it looks like we've got some clouds coming in. I think my kiddos said that they saw it was supposed to possibly rain tomorrow. So we probably are going to be sunshiny today with some clouds coming on in. So I got my wood stove going in my craft room here. Yesterday, though, actually the last 2 days, we haven't had to have. Oh, it's gorgeous! It's a gorgeous day in Kentucky. Well, that sounds amazing. Um, for a couple days, we haven't had to have a fire in the morning. But I woke up this morning and my nose was cold, and I was like, "Nope, get the fire going. I don't want to be in my craft room working and it's cold in there." Um, that's not pleasant, y'all. Okay, so something to think about when you're doing these carrots, you guys. If um your paint strokes are gonna show, if you're gonna paint them, you probably want to go around, because if you think about a carrot kind of has the lines that go around, not up and down. So think about that when you're doing your carrot painting. Now, when you use a liquid sealer on your milk paint, you are going to reactivate that paint. Um, and as long as you don't fuss with it, it's going to be just fine. Like this here, hopefully I can show you. See how it's kind of wrinkly? It's not only chippy and crackly, but it's wrinkly as well. And as long as I don't fuss with that and I just let the sealer dry, it's gonna be just fine. It's kind of like when you decoupage. You know, when you decoupage, your paper gets kind of wrinkly and you smooth it out as best you can. And then as it dries, those wrinkles kind of work themselves out, right? It's kind of like that. So, um, yeah, as long as I don't touch it, it's gonna be okay. And then after I get all of these painted and sealed in, then I'm going to go in with the DIY dark wax and embrace the wrinkles. I know it. Uh, and the dark wax is going to really richen the orange color, and it's gonna kind of settle um in some of the cracks and the wrinkles, and also in the grooves, and it'll look kind of like dirt, y'all. I mean, how perfect is that for carrots? So yes, I'm going to add a little bit more paint on some of these, and then I'm going to move this out of the way and put this over by my wood stove and let the heat from that kind of activate the crackle here. And so sometimes I will just go in the easiest direction to just get that paint on. And then after it's on, I'm not even in frame, y'all. Oh my gosh. And then after it's on, then I will go and do the directional swipes. So, now when you're using a self-leveling paint, get on there. That won't make a big difference. But the Sweet Pickins is not self-leveling, and you have to be really careful, you guys, because if it's super runny, you will get uh you will get runs in your paint. You will get drip marks and that kind of stuff, and that's not a pretty look, y'all. It's not a good look for a carrot. So, just be really careful. And I would say if your paint is really, really runny, either let it sit longer before you work with it, if you can, or if you're like me and you're just super impatient, just put extra layers on. It'll be okay. So, okay. I think that's as good as I'm going to be able to get this to go. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Okay, so Little Miss Crafty is talking about um another seller here on Whatnot and talking about how she was selling carrot kits. I love that idea. I should get more things like that together because I have all the supplies and not everybody wants to buy all the supplies. Am I right? Hello, Amy Ray. How are you, my friend? How are you? We are just chatting and crafting here. Um, so let me know, how are you? What are you doing? What are you up to? How's your weather? Um, yeah, I have all the supplies. And I sit there and I laugh because like I said, I need to go through and find my supplies. I was thinking about that earlier. Um, I'm making carrots, my friend. I'm making carrots out of spindles. That's the first project I'm working on today. So these cuties are going to get, let me see if I can't grab a piece right quick. Oh, here we go. This one's a better piece. As I make a mess. Okay, this is the greenery I'm going to use. So this is going to like come out the end of the carrot. Super cute, super cute. So I grabbed all the spindles I could that looked carrot-ish um, in their appearance or their shape, and I'm painting them with milk paint. And now I'm going to go and move this out of the way, you guys. That's what I'm going to do real fast. I'm going to go put this over by my wood stove. So hopefully if I could do it without messing these up. Let's see if that'll work. And I'm going to hopefully get these to dry a little faster. And we're going to move on to another project because there's no sense in waiting around for paint to dry. Am I right? Not when you have a million projects that you could be working on. So we're going to just set this over here, get it to dry a little faster, and we're going to work on something else. I was saying I grabbed every single little project I could think of that I wanted to work on today. And so I have a million different things and ideas in my head. And we'll see what we actually accomplish today. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab this baggie here, and I'm gonna use this as a surface to help me keep my paint from getting all over the place. Now I am gonna just cover up my milk paint a little bit. Um, like I said, it's still pretty dang liquidy, but you really don't want to just leave it out in the elements. Okay, so you guys, I was watching a video this morning on YouTube, and they were working with carrots from the Dollar Tree, which I do happen to have some carrots from the Dollar Tree. But they weren't working with these. They were working with the other ones that have like the orange twine wrapped around them. And I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I have those. I have like a million of those. I just have to go find my craft stash. But I ain't got time for that right now. We got other things going on, but I did have these handy, and I thought, you know what? This will work just fine for my project. But I don't know, y'all. Like, have you ever seen a carrot this color? It's like neon. And that ain't gonna work. So we're gonna paint them. These are like little styrofoam little carrots, which, you know, that works just fine for a lot of projects. You have those too? Yeah. They're just, I don't know. I don't know what the color is all about, but not a good look. Not a good look. So we're not going to keep them that color. We're going to paint them up. We're going to make them a different color. And so let me grab a paintbrush. Y'all know I love me some chippy brushes. Just a cheap and easy way to paint. So that's what I use. I'm going to use a Summer Crush for these. And I was thinking I might actually also use Queen Bee, you guys. I think this might be really cute. I mean, so we do have carrots that come in different colors, am I right? And I think this yellow, really distressed, could be cute. What do you think? Is that a yes or a no? Give me your opinions in the comments, because I'm kind of on the fence about it. So I think if I were to do that, I would do like two. Yes, okay. Little Miss Crafty says yes. I think I would do like two orange and one yellow. I think that's how I would pair them up. And so let me see how many like groupings I would be able to have here. Okay, it looks like I know. I actually have had the purple before. It's actually, you know, they don't taste that, I mean, they don't taste bad, but you also can find like that dark purple color you can find in potatoes too. And those are actually pretty good. Those are pretty good. I like them. So we're gonna, oh my gosh. Okay, well, we might be able to use this paint. I might have to go get, yeah, we're gonna have to go get another paint. Hold on. I think I might have another Summer Crush that isn't opened, because this one is not opening for me, y'all. And my sons are not here to do it for me. There we go. So we'll just grab a new one, because eventually I will use all of this paint. And I know if it's a brand new one, I can open it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just open a new one, because like I said, my sons are not here. They just left to go to the bottle drop, and they won't be back because they're probably gonna go get lunch and go get a drink and, you know, do all the things. I don't know. So see, there we go. Now we got it open. So here we go. Let's see if I have. Let me set these other ones aside. You're using the same paint color? Yeah. I'm going to set one of each little pile aside so I remember those are going to be yellow and I don't mess that up. Okay. So then the rest of these will be orange. It's a good color for carrots, I think. And I think I am going to replace this little greenery here because it looks cheap. it doesn't look good. And I think this other greenery I have is a much better carrot top greenery. Which, you guys, I get most of my greenery from Hobby Lobby. I think that they have the best selection, and I tend to go over to um, like the section where they have um, their garland, like the long strips of greenery. And that's the best cost efficient way to get your greenery, y'all. So that's what I tend to do. I do love, oops, I got like a, hold on. Oh, didn't get it. Son of a gun. Well, now I have a bristle in there. Um, I do love, finding the cheapest way to do things. And yeah, that is how I do it. Um, I grab oh my gosh, their vines, and I just use that. You just take it apart and use bits and pieces, and boy, y'all, working with tinies is not really my bag. Good thing I got my glasses on and I can see what the heck I'm doing. It was so funny. I had a hard time seeing far away. Probably early into my 30s. And maybe I'll just do the tops and then just wait until they dry and then do the bottoms. Anyways, I turned like 40 and all of a sudden I can't see close up for nothing. And I kind of like panicked and I thought maybe like my diabetes was making my eyes bad. And went to made a doctor's appointment because it almost seemed like it was like overnight. Like all of a sudden, boom, I can't see. And so I go into the doctor's or the eye doctor, and they're like, "Nope, you just turned 40. That's all it is." I'm like, "What? Like, how does that even happen? Like, there's a clock or what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how weird." And so, anyways, yeah, I get up in the morning now and I look at my phone and I'm trying to be like my normal self and just, you just grab your phone and away you go. And I'm looking at things and I'm like, I can't see anything I'm looking at here. And on go the glasses and oh my goodness, it's crazy. Trifocals. Well, I have bifocals right now, and it used to be that because I couldn't see far away, it only really affected me like when I was driving to be able to see the name of the street signs. And so I was like, I don't really need to wear glasses because I could just wait till I get closer to the street sign to see the name of it, or whatever. And most of the time when you are going somewhere, you pretty much know where you're going. Um and so I didn't really wear any glasses, you know, and you'd get there and you'd go up to the menu board, and you'd have to really squint to read the menu board and that kind of thing. But I tell you what, not being able to see close up, no, I can't function without being able to see. So, yep, we're learning how to wear glasses on the regular, and my ears don't like it. And but I don't think I could ever do contacts. No, thank you. Um, so I actually had my mom's best friend. Um, she was wearing contacts while I was in Arizona this last trip, and she got her contact flipped backwards, and then she couldn't get it out. I didn't even know that was a thing, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, that's just craziness to me. So, um, she went in and had the doctor help her remove it, and she said even the doctor was having a hard time getting it out. And then it happened to her again like a couple days later, and so her daughter-in-law like helped her get it out. And I'm just like, I don't think I could dig in your eye and help you. I think I'd be like, no, you can go see your doctor. Thanks. I don't want to be digging in someone else's eye. Oh my gosh, craziness. I don't know. I mean, I'd do it if I had to, but I don't think I'd want to. So I don't even want to dig in my own eye, y'all. So, little Miss Crafty, you ever wear contacts? I had a sister. One of my sisters is like, her vision is really bad, and it's been really bad since she was young. And I remember her having like those really thick glasses, you know. And I looked through her glasses one time, and I'm like, "Oh Lord, you are blind as a bat." Um, but yeah, craziness, craziness, craziness. But yeah, I don't like working with tinies. I don't like trying to hold on to tinies. But these carrots are going to be really cute for my project. So, little Miss Crafty, are you working with these carrots, or you just have them in your stash? Let me see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She just, yeah, yeah, just, I don't know. My sister wore them when we were younger. Um, and she always had contacts in and that kind of stuff, but I don't think I would like it. I don't want to do it. Welcome in. How are you? We are just chatting and crafting and hanging out today. So welcome in. Let us know what you're working on. What's your very next project? And where are you watching from? Let's get to know each other. So I think these little carrots, I think I'm gonna put them in little projects like I have this little pan here. I'm thinking about making that up as like a carrot holder, little what do I want to say? Like a planting, like a planter, like a raised bed planter for carrots. That's probably what it would be. Oh, two of your three. I have Amberly needs glasses to read, but she doesn't wear them. She's a lot like me. Um Austin actually wore glasses all of his childhood, and then now that he's an adult, he's claiming that the I stopped going with him to his doctor's appointments. I'm trying to let him adult. And now he's claiming that the eye doctor said he doesn't need them anymore. And I'm like, so his next eye appointment, I probably will be going with him. Because I don't know. I mean, I've heard of eyes getting better and worse, and they kind of go, but really, you were wearing bifocals and now all of a sudden you don't need glasses at all? I don't know about that. So I don't know if it's just because he doesn't think they're cool, or I don't know what his deal is, but um yeah, over the years though, he would pull things like, oh, my glasses just flew off my face. I don't know where they went. The wind came and blew them right off. And just stupid things like that kids say that they think we're gonna believe. And so funny. Kids are just funny, but yeah. But yeah, he's really the only one that's ever really worn glasses. Now, Jeff, my husband, he wears glasses and has for as long as I've known him. Um, and it was when I first met him, like something he should be wearing, but he didn't necessarily have to wear them. Um, and now, like, his vision is getting so bad, he has to wear them at all times. He can't see anything without them. Close up, far away, all the things. So yeah, my kids are probably all going to end up with glasses in the long run. So my dad wore glasses. My mom doesn't. She doesn't need glasses. So um But we'll see. Both Jeff's parents wear glasses, or wore glasses, I should say. One is passed, the other one is still here. And so, oh my goodness. Oh no! What kind of paint are you using that smells bad? Like it's gone bad, so it has a smell to it? DIY. Uh-oh. Is it the clay based? Is it the clay based, my friend? Is it new? Is it old? Hmm. That's interesting. I'd like to know how long you've had it, cause and where, cause if it's newer and it smells bad, I would contact the person you got it from and see if you can't get a new one from them. And they can contact the company and be like, yeah, not so good. Huh. I don't know. I've never had my paint smell bad. That's terrible. That's awful. Like I know that there's some that some products, because this is all natural. You know what I mean? So you would think that if it's all natural, it's gonna smell over time. Like that's just gonna it's gonna happen. Um, but I think that if it's not old, it shouldn't be smelling on you. So I don't know, my friend. Um, okay, so I'm gonna put this in a bag and wait for these to dry. And let's move on to something else. Let's find something we can do that's fun. Um, like I said, I have a million different projects going on in my head and things that I want to do. And what am I going to do to make this where it's not going to fall over? Oh, here's some good news that I do have. I found my IOD transfers, y'all. I wasn't able to find them. I couldn't figure out where I had put them, and I finally figured it out. I found them, and now we're golden. So that makes me really happy. Um, okay, so what are we gonna do? Where's the next project gonna lead? Let's do um let's do this, y'all. I think I want to paint the outside of this. And then we're gonna work on a well, do I maybe I'll just stain this. Maybe that's what I want to do. Now, here's something we were talking about that smells bad. Okay, so this is coffee grunge. I make this off of a recipe that I got from My Sweet Home Living, Tracy Campbell. She's on YouTube, and she does a lot of like primitive crafts. And you're supposed to refrigerate this. It's like it's water, instant coffee grounds, vanilla, and cinnamon. And there's a certain like ratio. She has it on her I think Facebook page, My Sweet Home Living. And anyways, um I did not put mine in the refrigerator. So, and it's been sitting for some time. I have not gotten back to this in quite some time. So we'll see. I think worst case scenario, it's going to smell bad. And what happens, even when you do put it in the refrigerator, the ingredients like the cinnamon and vanilla and stuff, it like sinks to the bottom and kind of gets thick and clumpy. And so you just have to mix it back together when you go to use it. And so I'm thinking, like I said, worst case scenario, this is going to smell bad because I left it out. We'll see. But oh no. Oh, good. Okay, here we go. I was able to open it, y'all. Woo, heavens to Betsy. Look at all this yuck everywhere. Okay, so Now to see if I can't get it open though. There we go. Nothing like using scissors as a tool, y'all. That's how we do it in the craft world. Okay, so let's see. No, it don't smell that bad. It's okay. It's just fine. So I think I'm going to use this as a stain on this outside. And see if we can't stain this to make it look a little more rustic. And let's put down another plastic bag so I don't get this everywhere. You know what I really need to do is find my I created a lot of bubbles shaking that up. What I really need to do is find my silicone mat, and that probably would help with this situation. But here we go, y'all. We're just gonna do it. A lot of cinnamon in this one. Welcome in, you guys. How are you? We're just chatting and crafting. I'm using Coffee Grunge to stain this piece here. And I'm not quite 100% sure what I'm going to do with this piece. I've got some ideas, and I've pulled out a whole bunch of supplies to use, but I'm not 100% sure. And I am going to use the inner ring, but because it's going to be covered up, I don't need to stain it. So we're just going to leave that as is. And I'm just going to do the outside of this. And here we go. We're getting her done. And this stuff dries pretty quick. Like I said, it's just water in there. Water and the vanilla. Little Miss Crafty, have you ever used this mixture before? Okay, so we're just going to let that kind of sit and do its thing and dry. And while it's doing that, you have, Jen? Yeah, it's I love it. I've used it a lot over the years. And Jen, do you refrigerate yours? I didn't refrigerate mine, and it seems to be just fine. I made it probably, oh my gosh, I'm even gonna go so far as to say I probably made that 6 months ago, and it's just been sitting. Yeah, you don't do yours either. It doesn't really smell too bad. I mean, it doesn't smell like I wouldn't drink it by any means. But it doesn't smell too bad. So not mad about that at all. But anyway, I was thinking about let's see, where did I put, okay, so I like to use drop cloth a lot in my fabric crafting projects because you can get it like oh so very cheap, and I love that. So I think I'm going to use some drop cloth on this project. It is super wrinkly though. I've had it like sitting, well, first of all, it comes folded up, so you're automatically going to have some wrinkles that you have to deal with because of that. And so you'll have like crease marks and stuff, and you can iron it out, but I'm a lazy crafter and I don't want to do that. But it doesn't rip though. I do normally, when I like to work with my fabric projects, I do like to rip my fabric. And this doesn't really rip. It does fray. It frays really well, but it does not rip really well. But thinking this is what I'm going to use as my main fabric on this project. And so this spot right up here looks like I wouldn't waste too much, and it's not super duper wrinkly, so I'm kind of happy with that. So let's start with that. And let's see, maybe even going a little, I don't know. I kind of want to give myself some wiggle room because I do need to be able to like crease over the edge. So I'm going to use my fabric scissors and I'm just going to um, maybe cut some of this off so that I don't have all this extra fabric sitting here that I'm trying to work around. Um, so let me maneuver here without knocking everything over. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We're just chatting and crafting. How are you? Um, so here we go. I'm just going to cut off this extra. Try to get rid of some of this bulk that's on here, just because we don't need that in the way. Okay, so like I said, I buy drop cloth fabric. I like the texture of it actually a lot. And then, and it's really super, like it's thick. It's hardy. You aren't gonna, it's not super thin. But you also, because it does have all this texture, it doesn't stamp super well. I mean, there are some things you really can't do with it. Another alternative, though, to the drop cloth, which, by the way, you guys, I get mine at Harbor Freight. That is the cheapest place I've found. But another item you could do if you're looking for like um, textured fabric to work with is like I found this fabric right here. It's got a lot of fun texture to it. And this I actually found at the thrift store. So I picked it up pretty cheap. So look at your thrift stores, y'all. Or the even better is if you can find it at the Goodwill outlet bins. Um, that's even better because then you know you're really getting a good deal because it's all mostly by weight there. And so here we go. I know I'm going to cut this little bit here just so I get a better like idea in my head of where my space is, because I'm not going to craft obviously with this round in place, and then this can just go wherever. Scrap pile. Okay, so oh my gosh, you know what's really crazy is I live in Southern Oregon and we have one here, and I have gone up to like Northern Oregon and stuff like that to try to find them. And I've gone to theirs. But I went to Arizona, which is where I'm actually from. And Arizona's pretty big, y'all. And I could not believe it, but they did not have a Benz. And not one that I could find in my search anyways. And I was kind of a little thrown off by that, to be honest. I was like, seriously, really? Come on, Arizona, what are we doing here? So that was quite interesting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, you guys, I have hymnal pages that I sell, you guys. They are in my bin. And some of them are pretty, I mean, these are pretty thin. And so what I'm going to do is I think I want to decoupage like an Easter. This is from the Good Friday Easter visual. This one probably, I think I'm going to decoupage part of this onto my thing here. I think I want to do like a mixed media project here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it's going to look good. What I need to do is find me a paintbrush that I like the looks of. And it doesn't really matter. I'm just looking to use it to get the paper wet. So just something small. I do have a cup of water here. Little Miss Crafty, do you have a bins near you? Is that what you're saying you wish you had? Oh, hymnal pages. Oh, no. What are you saying? Okay, so I want to make sure that I am getting the title. Not close. Okay. It's interesting, like when I did I did a cross country road trip a couple years ago, and um I went from Florida across the bottom states to Arizona to California and then up to Oregon. And that's kind of the way I went. And when I got to Arizona, I stayed with my mom and saw my grandma and that kind of stuff. And then came home. But when I was on that trip, you guys, I did go to two bins um, on that trip. And in different states. I don't even remember what states. I remember one was in Texas that I went to, but I don't really remember what town in Texas. But I guess I just assumed that all major cities had them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If my little small area here in Southern Oregon had it, I just would assume you could get it at in other bigger spots, I guess. But here's something interesting. What I didn't realize until I had taken that trip was that um, not every like Goodwill, like the regular store, like they don't price. You guys were on my live again from the car.
When we left?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw it and Austin was talking and I'm like, I told him to be quiet.
Okay. Um, Oh, okay, okay. I didn't, you know what? I was in New York not too long ago, but I didn't look. I didn't look in New York. We had other plans there. Um, yeah, right, little Miss Crafty. She says you learned your lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to this, you guys, is I'm gonna put my decoupage medium on it, and then I'm gonna stick it down on this. I am trying to keep in mind that I do need to leave space so that the round is not going to cut off my title here. I want some of that I want to make sure my title shows. So I'm going to decoupage this on with my decoupage medium. I like to use DIY's liquid patina when I do that. So let's find my brush I was using for that. So yeah, I think the bins is really an awesome spot. You know, when I had my storefront, um it was somewhere I could go and find, really good pieces for not too much. My favorite part of going is looking for tinies because um, they're just at the very bottom of the bin and nobody else really wants them. And then I also, I think the linens there are like the best place you can find the linens ever. Which my son is sitting here and he's shaking his head no at me because he hates going to the bins. I have one son that he would go with me every time if I really wanted him to, because um, like he loves it. He loves going thrifting with me and the whole hunt thing. But I do have one son that he's like, it's disgusting. I don't want to go. He thinks, well, he was telling me one time that he's like, Mom, like there, you don't know what you're gonna find in there. It's all sorts of nasty, and he's right. It is. Um, and he's like, you could have knives in there. And I said, no, you're not going to find knives in there. Like that never happens. And he went with me. And sure enough, just as I said that, we found a thing of kitchen knives that were out of their block, just sitting in the bin. And he was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, well, I mean, you kind of just know when you go that there's stuff like that in there, and you have to just be careful, and that kind of thing. But yeah, he was not having it, y'all. But my oldest son, here's a crazy story. If you've seen the videos of the bins, or if you have actually been to the bins, um, my oldest son, one time, this was back before he was working. He was kind of my buddy and my partner in crime, and we went to the bins together, and he found a George Strait straw hat in pristine condition at the bins, y'all. Can you even believe it? I was like, oh my gosh. And to boot, it fit him. It was like it fit his head perfect. I could not believe it. I was like, that is like the find of the century. The fact that it wasn't even messed up was like crazy. I'm like, dude, that's like a $300 hat right there, you know. But I have found antique furniture there, which I don't flip furniture anymore. When I did flip furniture, boy, I was really happy when I would find things like that. But okay, so I'm just gonna kind of take my water and get rid of all this little extra now that I kind of have a better idea of where this is gonna sit. I probably could technically just cut it with my scissors, no big deal, because this part's not going to show. This part I definitely wanted to use the water ripping method because um, that is going to show, you know what I mean? And I like that ragged look because it looks purposeful. It doesn't look um, like it's missing something, I guess, if that makes sense. Um, but um, yeah, I'm just going to continue just to kind of decoupage this on and stick it down. Hopefully it'll adhere really well um, to this drop cloth fabric, but we'll see. This is just kind of running through the motions of just crafting and seeing how it goes. But that's kind of what mixed media, oops, I got some goobers. Mixed media crafting is all about. Am I right? Um, Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's get rid of the goobers. And here we go. Another one. Dang it. What the heck? This might be the fibers, like maybe the fibers from the thing coming up. Okay, this is gonna have to take a hot second to dry, y'all. So while this is drying, I'm gonna set it aside, let that dry. I'll go put it kind of by my wood stove. That'll definitely make it dry faster, y'all. And I don't put things like right up against the wood stove. I just kind of set them close and give them a chance to be heated up just a little bit. Okay, so now I have a mess. Of course. That's the way it goes, y'all, right? Okay, so we're just going to take some water and clean up the stickiness. Because I have that decoupage medium kind of stickered on here. Okay. Welcome in, my friends. How are you guys? Okay, so you guys, while we are waiting for stuff to dry, because that's always fun, let me show you guys real fast, since some of y'all are in here. So tomorrow, if you go up and you bookmark my shows that I have coming up, tomorrow I am hosting a train that is called Zero to Hero. And super excited. Midwest Charm that just joined us. Hello, my friend. Um she's in the contest tomorrow, y'all. But let me show you guys my project. Hello, my friend. This is my goodie, my Zero to Hero that I got done. And I'm not in the contest technically, y'all. I'm just bringing this to you guys because I love to upcycle and do things. But it is a contest for everyone else, and the person who sells their item for the most wins the contest. But here's my piece. I took this old drawer. It was only stained to like right here in the front. Like it was weird. So I painted the inside, painted the outside, I put some rice paper on the front. I put a new knob on there. I distressed the edges, and it turned out so good. I'm so excited about how it turned out. I love it when you can take something that probably would have gone into the landfill and save it, y'all. I mean, does anybody else feel that way? I love saving projects. Okay, so now let's do another project. Let's do something else while we're waiting for our carrots to dry. And I have some muslin fabric, y'all. Some muslin fabric, and I want to I just want to like stamp some stuff on them. So let's see. I got these stamps, you guys. Have you guys used these? These, I guess you get, let me think. You get them at Michael's. They're snap together stamps. Now, here's the thing. I started my business in the paper crafting world. Okay. And I do have a ton of letter stamps, but these are awesome, y'all. Like, because the spacing is all done for you. There's no guessing. And yeah, I really like these. So, let's see what we can do. I think, let's see. So they just pull, like they just pull apart. Right? So Jen knows what I'm talking about. She loves them. And Jen, are you a seller on this platform? Let me know. So you guys, if you guys are sellers and creators and you're interested in joining next month's Zero to Hero raid train, message me. Oh yeah, you should. You should. It is a really cool all right, y'all. You know when you look at a word and then it just doesn't look right to you? Am I spelling that right? Does that say bait? Listen, Linda. I just, it doesn't look right to me. That's right, right? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. But anyways, if you want to join, message me if you guys are creators, and you might make it on to next month's train, because we're always trying to add new people into our train so that it's fun, and it's you don't want to watch the exact same people every month. Okay, so I'm going to be spelling bunny bait, and there we go. Okay, here we go, y'all. We can do this. Yeah, it is a blast. You know what? It's a good way to it's a good way to move your items. It's a good way to meet new people. I mean, you can meet new people as just a seller on here as well. But okay, so I'm gonna have those two going like so. So I need probably maybe an inch and a half. I'm thinking maybe something like that. Okay, I'm gonna snip it. I'm gonna do it, guys. There I go. We did it. Snipped it. Okay, so like I said, I like to rip my fabric. That's just my preferred method. So let's see how many I can get out of this one piece. This was attached to some, I don't even know why. I got some quilt squares, and I did not know that. I should go back and look. I don't shop at Michael's a whole lot. I'm more of a Hobby Lobby girl, to be honest. And normally Michael's is like, oh, let's just go see what they have this season kind of a thing. It's not normally oh, you ordered them on, oh, okay. So you got them on Amazon, not Michael's. Well, I'll have to check that out, because I am an Amazon shopper, that is for sure. Okay, so there we go. Let's get rid of my loose strings. And you guys, I'm probably going to go later down, in a little bit, and take these to the sewing machine and stitch around the edges, just to keep it from continuing to fray. Because now, um if I was going to just stick this on something, like I did with the other pieces decoupaging, I would not even worry about it because the glue will stop it from fraying more. But I want to make these tags, and because I'm going to make them tags, I don't want them to continue to fray, so I probably will go around and stitch those. And just an easy stitch around the edge. I mean, it's nothing super hard by any means. So Jen, if you don't mind me asking, and I probably could just click on your profile. I should just do that. Hold on. That way I'm not like blasting you here, but your name is spelled kind of like my name. So I was wondering what your last name is. Okay. I see your last name now on your profile. I am Jennifer Kramer. So looking at there you go. Okay. So, there we go. We're close to being the same person. Now, here's a funny story. Now there was a raid train just that I was in a week or so ago, and it was the Gen. Let's see, raiding with the Gens is what it was called, and oh my gosh, let's see if I can reach these items I'm trying to get. And so it was just a whole bunch of us Jennifers that were on the train. It was so much fun. And you know what? Y'all, I think I'm gonna go with brown. Um, Anyways, there was just a whole bunch of us Jennifers doing our thing for 2 days. It was a lot of fun. And I always kind of laugh and say there's so many of us we could just take over the world. But um when a couple years ago, I was on Facebook and I saw my name, right, there are a ton of us. I saw my name, my first name and my maiden name on Facebook. And it was like I had posted something or, whatever. And it took me a minute and I was like, I didn't post that. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm not Hickson anymore. I'm Kramer. And I realized my cousin married a Jennifer. And so now she has my maiden last name, and that's who it was. But it took me by surprise for a minute because, it was my name. And so, anyways, you guys, if you guys are on here watching, follow my mod, Little Miss Crafty. She is a amazing creator here on the platform, and yeah, she's always on here supporting, and she's going to be oh my gosh, that's crazy. She's going to be in tomorrow's Zero to Hero raid train as well, and she's a contestant, y'all. So she needs y'all to come on and support her and get her item. No Jennifers in your family at all? Like even in your extended family? Craziness. There's so many of us. It's like you'd almost think there's going to be a Jennifer in everyone's family. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it just threw me off so much to see my name as, my maiden name out there, and it was easy to start selling on here. Now, I also, though, have been in business for almost 20 years, in different ways. Like I had a brick and mortar, I did home parties, I did craft fairs, like that kind of thing. Um, So I've done a lot of things. So, but you just have to sign up and, oh, wow. You own 2 bars. Wow, that's fun. And you're in New York? Maybe I'll come see you next time I come to New York. Um, but it's really not that hard. And if you have a phone, you can basically sell. Um, Now this part does mess me up. Like when I'm trying to space my lines, sometimes I'll get that messed up. But I do also do every 2 weeks I do seller support and talk about the whatnot business. And you can go on to my YouTube channel, which is the same as I am here on whatnot, and which is, the Four Hearts ABCs, and you can rewatch um, previous um, previous seller supports that I've done. But I also, if you're thinking about selling, I would suggest you do go and watch seller supports when you see them on. A lot of people do them, and everybody kind of has their own take on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's great. Bookmark me all you can, because I'd love to have you. But it's just, in this, especially in the I think I sell in the vintage decor category. And then I also do stuff in the craft category. And I know that in the vintage decor category, like, there is not a whole lot of like serious competition. Everybody is um pretty easygoing. They really like to help each other. You would fall in the vintage decor category, my friend. Is that what you're saying? Or the crafting? Which I think they kind of like, if you love this kind of stuff, you love this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But vintage and handmade. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we all kind of have our own little niche that we fall into, but that's kind of where my love is of things. So, okay, let me go over here and see how my projects are drying. I'll be right back just a second. Let me go check. And not bad, y'all. It doesn't look too bad. We're not looking too bad here. Okay. So, a little more. It's still a little wrinkly. It still probably could use another decoupage over the top. But we're going to move on to our next step. And I'll just keep adding as we go. You know what, though? I mean, duh. Here I did it for the other projects, and I haven't done it for this one yet. I'll just grab a baggie and put it underneath, and then I won't be getting schmutz all over my table. I need to find my silicone mat. Does anybody else lose their craft supplies? I feel like I'm constantly losing my stuff. And that's what happens when you just have stuff everywhere, which is, kind of what I have. But, okay. I want this to stick down a little bit better. I think I'm going to just kind of do that number. Get down, stay. Oh, half the yeah, is finding your stuff, which is so crazy. I actually, really funny. I was out in my storage unit and I was looking for some things that I wanted to sell, and I came across some of my quilting projects from when I had my brick and mortar. One of the things I did was craft classes. And in those craft classes, um, we were doing a segment of quilt blocks, like quilt block a month, kind of a thing. And so I ended up having um, a bunch of quilt blocks, basically cut, like quilt projects cut up. And I was actually really smart, y'all. And I had stuck them into, I stuck my quilt projects into a bucket, a container, and kept it all together. And I was like, I found a couple of the buckets, and I thought, boy, I am really happy I did that. That's really smart. Everything's all in one spot. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I think what I want to do, I don't have enough room here, y'all. Y'all know how that is. Okay, I think I want to use my transfers, you guys, because I found them, which was very exciting. I was in a train. Oh my goodness, we're going on like 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Anyways, maybe it was even last week. Y'all, I can't keep track of nothing. Anyways, I was in a train and I could not find, I was supposed to be upcycling items and I could not find my transfers anywhere. And I'm like, well, there goes that idea of using transfers in my projects. Oh, I love this color. Okay, maybe that's it. That might be the one. That looks springy. I like it. So because this is going to be an Easter piece, I do really want to have spring colored. But I hate it when you have like a big piece like this. Like I don't want to cut it up. So I almost kind of want to find little tiny bits and pieces that I don't feel bad about cutting out. Does that make sense to y'all? You guys probably go like, I totally get what you're talking about. That would be pretty though. I think that one could be really pretty, but it's so neutral. Oh, look at the strawberries, y'all. Okay, so so I was in Arizona not too long ago, in the fall, technically, and my mom had a medical emergency, and I ended up, I don't think I'm going to use any of these. I ended up being there for a lot longer than I was expecting. And one of the things I was doing while I was there was looking up all the national days. Like, you know how they have like National Pizza Day or, things like that. Okay, so did y'all know there's a National Strawberry Day? National Strawberry Day, y'all. So I think that's really fun. And I might just, um, hmm, uh, so maybe I'll do something with those strawberries on National Strawberry Day. Okay, y'all. Now to figure out what it is I want to do on this piece. I think that's probably the hardest part of crafting, y'all, is figuring out how to put all your pieces together so that it looks the way you want it. Now, I don't have a big space, and I want that music sheet to show. So I'm not really going to have a whole lot of room to put much. And I want to kind of think about that because I don't want whatever I do here to take over the whole page. You know what I mean? Okay, I think I'm just going to go with this. I think I'm just going to go with that. I think even though, we might not have a pink person wanting this piece, it may very well just be the best piece for this. So here we go. We're going to do it. We're just going to do it. So here we go. I got to find a stick or something that I can rub this on with, because of course I found my transfers. Did I find my transfer applier? No, of course not. But did you guys know you could put transfers onto fabric? It works out really, really well. I kind of want that to go all over the edge. It works out really well. They stick really nicely to fabric. So This is an IOD transfer, and I would tell you who I normally would get mine from, but I just found out that she's no longer going to sell IOD. So I will tell you of somebody else that I know of. So her name is Susie on the Farm. She's awesome, and she sells IOD. She also has a YouTube channel. So Little Miss Crafty, would that be susieonthefarm.com? Is that where her handle her website is? So you just want to rub and lift at the same time to release your transfer. And I feel like once you get it down or kind of lifting, Susie on the Farm. Yeah, but is her website susieonthefarm.com or yeah, okay. Okay. So so there you go, you guys. If you need IOD, that's where you find it from, susieonthefarm.com. Okay, so once it starts releasing, like it's pretty much you're good to go. You can just start rubbing and pulling it up at the same time. If for some reason your transfer doesn't stick down, you can just lay it back down and work again. No big deal. And so I just do little sections at a time as I'm going along and pull up, and if it doesn't, then I just lay it back down. I'll cut this off. Give me a little less to work with here. But when you do work with your IOD transfers, no matter what surface you're putting them on, you need to seal them. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes what you're going to be putting it on, you may not want to seal